I am Stephen Finkel. I'm a chief financial officer by trade. Wait, hold on.
Oh. Your drink for you.
Greg's drink is there. Take
Thank
two.
you, Margaret. Get you go before I leave. I don't want to leave you.
I think we're wonderful. Right
Perfect.
now.
Okay.
Thank you so
no
much.
problem. Enjoy.
Okay. Steve Finkel, take two. No. No. So again, hello. I'm Stephen Finkel. I'm a chief financial officer by trade. I kind of found you through Dan Klein. He's like talking you up, talking Jordana, you got to check it out. And prior to kind of talking to you, I found podcasts, I found YouTube, and I was kind of checking them out. I was like, wow, this is fantastic. And then I got on the phone with you and the connection. You had me in my first call with you breathing through my back. And what would it feel like if your back didn't bother you? Be in your back. And I took some weird, interesting notes. I drew actually little pictures from talking to you, like yin and yangs and mountaintops, and I couldn't even explain, but I left differently from that call. So Dan being in Italy and not having too much communication, you and I said, well, what do you think? And you kind of gave me something unique and you made me dwell on it. Why don't you sleep on it? And why don't you tell me in the morning what you think? And you either want to do it or you don't want to do it. Well, I woke up and I said, I want to do it. So that's what I did. I mean, Dan wasn't even off the plane yet and I already had us signed up. So yeah, it's been very, very exciting. We're almost within a year of this growth. And within this growth, it's not just like you grow as a person or you go to school and you get a degree, because I've done all that. It's your outlook on beyond life, what you kind of see, what others don't see, but also, I don't know, how do you do it? Like when people say keep your ego checked at the door, kind of thing, or go into meeting without titles, it's kind of that feeling like, you kind of got the power, but you much rather share the power than you own the power. But knowing that it's there is kind of a weird perspective to put on this training. So yeah, it's grown. You've got us through the darkest areas over the last year into like more than bright light that I've been in like years. And it's almost like today's lesson and say, let's take a look at, we're on a clear space of emptiness. Well, now it's to elevate from there and not to just survive there. So yeah, this training is beyond anything that I've even could have imagined to be as fantastic as it's been. And almost, I don't want to say graduating from it, but yeah, I almost feel like I'm where I need to be. But yet, as a black belt kind of says, when you get your black belt, that's just the beginning. So right now you're setting a new beginning for me through this, which I feel is fantastic. So again, thank you, and thank you to the program.
So good.
Yeah.
So I'm Dan Klein. I'm the CEO of Stage Marketing, and I joined Sorcerer School to really help set the direction in place as we were growing our company. And the work that Jordana did with us was really inspirational and moved us in the right direction and helped us focus our efforts and brought us in a direction that helped guide us to the next level in having our company grow. I think the way that we feel differently about how we approach our business challenges right now is that we have a different attitude when we face a business challenge. So we don't view that challenge as an obstacle or something we can't overcome. We view it more as an opportunity to grow and bring our business to the next level. So it's changed how we approach the normal challenges that we'll see day to day in growing our business. There you go. How do you like that?
That actually brought in more opportunities as a result too.
It has, because it's broadened out how we look at ways that our company could grow. So since we've started working with Sorcerer School, we've actually started 2 new companies and rolled them out and successfully brought them out to the market. So had we not had this way in which we look at growing our business, we probably would have reacted differently and wouldn't have started those opportunities. Yep.
Thank you. And how do you feel that this work is different from other business support or self-development work that's out there?
Well, I'm also a certified coach. So I've been through coaching school. I've been through training. I'm a professional coach by trade. So this work is just at a different level than other programs that I've seen around. So it really shows you how to focus on things that you generally wouldn't have the expertise to, or areas that you wouldn't have the expertise to grow in. It's a completely different program than what's offered out there.
So now you kind of got us together, which is where, you know, we kind of started this.
Yeah.
So what is like, tell everyone, why did you choose to join together? Like, what did you know what did you hope in joining together? And what has it done to support or even exponentialize your journey being in it together?
Well, doing it, we actually was able to take your teaching and discuss it outside. So it became more powerful to reinforce what you're saying. We almost kind of came from one of our meetings and said, what, you know, well, what did Jordana talk about? What did she mean? How does it apply? And there were concepts that you put forth, and we'll kind of leave it at the period. But things like that got us through like really tough times to understand where we are with your insight without us telling you where we were. You kind of knew each time you met with us, and it just picked up from the last time. But we had each other to kind of bounce off to understand where you're coming from and then where the two of us are.
Yeah, I think for me, Steve and I are trying to birth a vision, and there's no guidebook to how you can do that. And this program gave us kind of the navigation chart to get through some of the challenges that we were going to experience together. And it gave us the dialogue to be able to talk through some of those challenges and some of the tools to be able to deal with those challenges to get our business to the next level. And that's why this, you know, you were asking before why the program's unique. That's why the program's unique. It gave us that dialogue, especially working together to kind of birth a vision where, you know, you can't just pick up a book in the library and read it and be like, oh, now I know how to, you know, start my company.
Or even
grow my company.
Right, or even go through an entire master's program and say, oh, this is where I'm going to be. No, it was a vision, the third eye, the female perspective, all the different combinations that you gave us to look at things completely different.
Yeah.
Made us realize, wow, you know, okay, well, let's go with the flow of it. Okay, well, let's go, but the current's going to take us anyway. It's what you do while the current's taking you with it. And what do we desire and what can we control and what can't we control? But yet, if you're enjoying yourself just kind of standing in line, knowing you're stuck, but where your mind goes will make you thus much more powerful to the next. Or putting on that purple shield to start the day when you know the challenge is going to be, and knowing it's there, well, guess what? It gets you through that next day when it's tough. But when you could take it down and live life without it, it's even more powerful because you know you can put it on, but you don't need it anymore.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, like we have something that as a business we need to do in the next 24 hours that is phenomenally overwhelming. And we know we're going to do it.
Yeah, it's okay.
We'll figure out how to get it done. And I think that kind of insight from the program helped us get to that level.
Oh, without the insight of the program, we would have been freaking out, saying, how the hell are we going to get this done? And throughout the course of the day, it was like, okay, let's add this to it.
Figure it out.
Yeah, we got it. You know, let's
make it work.
Yeah.
And you're the only person that would tolerate us too. So, you know,
I love you guys. Okay, real quick. 2 quick questions before we complete, but they can be quick. Like, you don't have to, I don't want to keep you guys much longer.
Yep. Zebra.
One of the two, zebra. One of the two, money.
Yeah.
And especially, I want to hear from both of you, and I'm especially curious, Steve is a CFO and a guy who's dealt with money his whole life, but for also both of you guys, how has your perspective on money shifted in this program?
Want to take that first?
Oh, I mean, the fear of money became like a handcuff to keep the status quo, where through this process, money is like a byproduct. It could be grown, there could be more, but it shouldn't be the absolute reason on why you do something. You know, I'm the type of guy who would flip to the back page of a proposal just to see what this thing's going to cost. Well, now it's like, let's go through the journey and then see if it makes sense to the value of what it is on what I'm doing. And it really puts money in a different perspective. You know, I do my 13-week cash flows. I do all that and everything a business should do, and the perspective says, okay, well, let's just get there, and we will get there. And that's a different perspective than I ever had. You know, there's no more freaking out. There's more of planning and accepting, because again, I'm in this stream, and how I'm going to control what's in the stream is how I react. And if I'm freaking out, well, guess what? I'm not doing anything good for the company. But if I'm casually, all right, hey, I switch to the backloader and they do this, and I shoot some water in my mouth for fun. Well, guess what? That's what I do in the flow. And guess what? We get to a better place. So money is not a challenge anymore the way it was. It's more of a byproduct that comes from the creativity now that we have. So that's my answer.
Yeah, and I'm very happy to hear that, because if my CFO is thinking that, I'm a happy guy. So, you know, my perspective in going through the program is certain things you do for your business, there's a direct line. It's like, if I spend this amount of money, I'll get this amount of clients, or, you know, things like that. And this program doesn't work like that. It's the amount of time and energy you take to the program combined with the amount of money you put into the program produces exponential results in your business. It's not a direct line. And I think if you understand that going into the program, it'll make it a lot better as you're going through the program, because as your mind expands and as you learn the skills, you'll see the business result, but it's not a direct line. Yeah.
Okay, last question.
That was a big learning for us, by the way.
It took a lot.
That was
Yeah.
a lot.
Yes.
It's part of the process. It really is. Okay, last question. You guys are both very busy. You're extremely, extremely, extremely busy building your business. And you both have spouses that you're very committed to and children that you're both amazing fathers for. Has this program impacted for the better? Has it supported you in being more present with your families, or how has it supported you with your families as well as your businesses?
Well, a couple things. One, the flexibility towards like the middle of the program was great. We used to do 6 hours on a Saturday, then we went to 3 hours, and this hour and a half or on a Wednesday evening to fit and accommodate seemed to work when this program became flexible on our lives. And that from that, the ramping up of family life, I mean, it became the norm. It became, I don't know how to.
It's just what we do.
It's what we do. It's part of our Wednesday
schedule. Yeah.
Yeah. So that kind of where we wouldn't lose 6 hours of family time, the hour and a half became an extension of our lives, our day, to better that. And then how did it reflect on it? I mean, we'd come out of this, and I don't know about you, but there were certain things that I don't know. I don't know how to say it in good words, because my relationship's fantastic. I'm there for my kids. I do everything. It just was an add-on, if you want to just say, if you want a plug into what I already do to make me even better and see things from their perspective than my perspective. If they were getting edgy, I wasn't edgy. My daughter came home with an attitude. We played off the attitude, and the attitude would dissolve. My wife had a bad day, and it was a good dinner because the bad day wore off. It was almost like I was able to put that positive energy back into it. No matter how bad my period was or my day was at the other place, I didn't take it home anymore. And then when it ended, the toxins came out of us. When I ended that other career and started this one, was reflective that there is no more bad days. You know, it's what you make of the day. And that positivity into the family is tremendous.
Yeah, I think that through this program, having a better mindset about your work and your business, and especially the stress of being an entrepreneur, if there's a way to put that into perspective with the program, it makes your family life better.
Absolutely.
And, you know, we're more present with our family. I'm still a pain in the ass, but that's just how life is.
Yep.
And, you know, we're there for our families because we're there for our businesses. And, you know, that healthy mindset carries on to both of them.
Anything else you guys want to say? Yay!
No, just
No,
kind of
yeah.
what you like to say. You like to go like this, and we'll end with
Yeah,
this.
absolutely. I mean, I would highly recommend this program to an
Yeah.
entrepreneur, to someone running a
Absolutely.
business.
Yeah.
I think it's so different that it will get people, it'll get your attention.
It really
and
will.
it makes a difference. So I highly recommend it.
Yeah, I would highly recommend it. I would do it again. It's fantastic. And I wish everyone the same positivity
Amount of success that
and
we had.
success
Yeah.
that came out of this
Yeah.
program for us.
Yeah, definitely. Cool.
Cool.